I believe a quilter's life can be divided into two sections, before and after they know about quilting gloves. Now, whether you're on either side of the lines, let's talk about the options. First, if you've never used quilting gloves and you're like I was one time, I literally called my friend from a store and I was like, what's up with these gloves and do I need them? She laughed at me because she was on the other side of the line and she knew about the quilting gloves and why she needed the quilting gloves. So I'm going to tell you, you need the quilting gloves, okay? So what quilting gloves are they are gloves that have grip on them, and you wear two. They help you to be able to move the fabric around when you're quilting on your machine. And you can try it without, and you'll realize pretty quickly that your left hand really starts to get sore because you're gripping and you're trying to hold on to it. You're not able to move the fabric as consistently as you would like. So yes, quilting gloves are a thing, and they're a beautiful thing, and they help your projects turn out better. And the bigger your project, the more you need the gloves. So let's talk about glove options. You can get gloves that are made specifically for quilting by quilting companies. These are the Hold Steady gloves from the Gypsy Quilter. I love them because I love the color, number one, big fan of purple. This is another brand, also pretty color, yellow. These are by Fons and Porter. They're a little bit different fabric. It's more of a cotton. It still has the small grip, works great. These are all $10 to $15 for quilting gloves designed for quilting. But what if you're on more of a budget? You're not quite convinced yet. I don't know if I need this. Let me just try it, see what I think. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I got some gardening gloves. So I got two kinds, and we're gonna compare and contrast. So this pair of garden gloves is stuck together. The quilting gloves definitely fit better. It's more of a snug fit to my hand. This has a lot more extra fabric going on, but it was $1.25 versus like 10 or 12. I can't remember exactly what I paid for these. Comfort-wise, these are definitely more comfortable. They will work. They're not quite as comfortable. Now let's look at this pair, which are more plastic coated, right? So instead of the dots, it's got like a vinyl. It fits a little bit more snug. This is a little bit more elastic than this Dollar Tree one was, but it still has a lot more going on here than the other one does. And it's too long for my fingers. So if I'm pushing, I feel like my fingers are moving inside the glove as well as moving the quilt. So not quite as good. But here's one thing that I've heard people do with this kind of a glove. They just cut the fingertip off. So now if I get a text, I can just tap my phone, do whatever I want because my finger is out. And if you wanted to do that, I think this is the best kind of glove to do that because it has so much of like the rubberized material. I feel like if we cut the tips off of any of these other cotton gloves, they would start to fray. You know what? I'm willing to cut off the Dollar Tree one. Let's see what we think. Yeah, so that's coming unsewn already, like super easy for that to come unsewn. It's definitely going to fray. So it's not going to hold up as well. But again, $1.25, so you could always replace it. But now I can use my device. I'm still a fan of the nicer ones, the ones that are made specifically for quilting. I think they're worth the money, especially if you do a bit of quilting. I'm not cutting the fingertip off. I'll be taking my glove off if I need to use my phone. And maybe this will make me less dependent on my phone. So please forgive me, friends, if I don't text you back as quickly as normal. You want something that has a better fit, where your fingers aren't going to be sliding around in there, that has the good grippies to hold on to your quilts. And I would recommend, if you're going to be doing a bit of quilting with your machine, that you go buy the ones that are designed specifically for it. Or if you're not sure if you're going to be doing a bunch of quilting, you just want to try it, invest $1.25 and grab whichever pair you prefer from the Dollar Tree. So that is the end of my report on this very important quilting tool. So let me know, which side of the line were you on? Have you ever known about or used quilting gloves? Or do you know all about them and know how much you need them? Let me know in the comments.